Welcome to the National Science and Math Quiz. Today's contest, the penultimate in the 1A stage of competition, is between two schools from Kumasi, St. Louis Senior High School, Kumasi, and Opoku Ware School, Kumasi. We've had our contest from Accra, the contest from Cape Coast, and now the contest from Kumasi.
Government, through an act of parliament, set up the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GET Fund, to provide funds to supplement the provision of education at all levels.
We have endeavored for the last 7 years to reach every corner of this country, and I can say without any fear of contradiction that there is not a corner in this country that we have not got at least 2-3 projects going.
All the 7 public universities, 10 polytechnics, the 24,387 primary schools, 7,423 junior high schools, 493 senior high schools, but 38 colleges of education have undergone a period of renaissance and rapid facelifting. Needless to say, the Ghana Education Trust Fund has paid its dues in that direction.
The contest is the 7th in the 1A stage of competition, and it's between St. Louis Senior High School and Opoku Ware School, both from Kumasi. St. Louis Senior High School is on my left and is represented by
Josephine Chagali, SS3.
Priscilla Safoji, SS3.
Matilda Marian Usumensa, 3rd year.
You're welcome, ladies. On my left, we have Opoku Ware School represented by
Tabi Philip Kwame, 3rd year.
Aziz Buru, 3rd year.
Sapon Kumi Alex, 3rd year.
You are also welcome, gentlemen. As is our tradition, we'll have this contest in 5 rounds. The first round is the round for fundamental concepts. In this round, the questions are quite simple. We'd just like to find out your basic knowledge of fundamental principles in science and mathematics. When you get your question, you have 30 seconds in which to respond if there are calculations involved, and 15 seconds if there are no calculations involved. A correctly answered question fetches 3 points. A wrongly answered question is passed on for a bonus point. All right. We'll actually start on my left, but before that, we'll have a preamble to both schools. We will alternate. In fact, we'll do the alternation twice. So when I come to you, St. Louis, you give me an answer. I'll come to you, and you give me another answer to the same question. Okay? Different from theirs. All right. The question to be attempted once. Apart from the Geiger-Müller counter, name one method of detecting ionizing radiation. Yes, Priscilla?
By the use of the scintillation sensor.
All right. A different one. Opoku Ware. Yes, Apon?
The use of the spark counter.
All right. Another one, a different one. Yes, Priscilla?
By the use of an electroscope.
All right. And finally, Sapon.
Cloud chamber.
All right. The options are so many. Anyway, 4 enough. St. Louis Senior High, please answer this in one attempt. The molecule H2S is V-shaped. What is the hybridization of the bonding orbitals of sulfur? One attempt. Yes, Priscilla?
sp3.
That's right. Opoku Ware, The molecule SO2 is V-shaped, unlike CO2, which is linear. What is the hybridization of the sulfur orbitals? Yes, Apon.
sp3 hybridization.
That's incorrect. For bonus, yes, Priscilla.
SP hybridization.
No, the right answer is sp2. sp2. Next pair of questions in one attempt. Please tell me. Actually, name a prototist that is positively phototactic. Yes, Priscilla.
Euglena.
Euglena is right. Opoku, Ware. Name a crustacean that is terrestrial in one attempt. Yes, Tabi.
Woodlouse.
Woodlice. Okay, this also in one attempt. Find the period of the trigonometric function. Y is equal to cotangent of x. Yes, Priscilla.
180 degrees.
Yes, 180 degrees. Opoku, Ware. Find the period of the trigonometric function. Y is equal to the cosecant of x. Yes, Apon.
90 degrees.
No, that's incorrect. And so for bonus, yes, Priscilla.
360 degrees.
360 degrees. Next pair of questions are also to be answered in one attempt. What is the name of the law that states that the total enthalpy change of a reaction is independent of the reaction path? Yes, Priscilla.
Hess law.
That's right. Opoku, Ware. Name the energy required to convert a mole of bromine gas into gaseous bromine atoms. One attempt. Yes, Apon.
An enthalpy of dissociation.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. Yes, Priscilla.
Enthalpy of atomization.
That's right. Okay, to both schools. When I get to you, I'll give you a statement. The statement has some blanks. The blanks are lettered. That means that there's a particular order to the answers. So I would like you to provide the answers in one attempt in the proper order. All right. St. Louis. Ovarian follicles secrete a number of hormones collectively known as blank A, while the interstitial cells of the testes also secrete a group of hormones collectively known as blank B. Yes, Priscilla.
Androgens.
You had one attempt. And since you didn't tell me which is which, I'm passing this on for bonus. Yes, Sapon.
A is estrogens and B is androgens.
That's correct. Now your own statement. Blood enters the head via the blank A and leaves the head via the blank B. Yes, Sapon.
A is carotid and B is jugular.
Carotid artery.
Carotid artery and B is jugular vein.
You had one attempt. I'll give you 2 out of 3. Carotid arteries and jugular vein. Last pair of questions for the round. St. Louis. One number is 5 greater than another. The product of the numbers is 36. Find the numbers. Yes, Matilda.
9 and 4.
Okay. 9 and 4. In this particular case, if you had told me negative 9 and negative 4, that would also have been right. Opoku, Ware School. One number is 6 less than another. The product of the numbers is 91. Find the numbers. Yes, Apon.
13 and 7.
All right. Negative 7 and negative 13 are also acceptable. That's the end of the first round.
Government, through an act of parliament, set up the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GET Fund, to provide funds to supplement the provision of education at all levels.
We have endeavored for the last 7 years to reach every corner of this country, and I can say without any fear of contradiction that there's not a corner in this country that we have not got at least 2-3 projects going.
All the 7 public universities, 10 polytechnics, the 24,387 primary schools, 7,423 junior high schools, 493 senior high schools, but 38 colleges of education have undergone a period of renaissance and rapid facelifting. Needless to say, the Ghana Education Trust Fund has paid its dues in that direction.
At the end of the first round, the scores are Opoku Ware School 15 points, St. Louis Senior High School Kumase 23 points. We shall continue our contest with the second round, the round for applied science. The questions in this round are more applied. We'd like to find out how well you apply concepts like the ones we saw in the first round to explaining certain everyday situations. If you answer correctly, you get 3 points. If your answer is partially correct, you get partial credit. And if your answer is wrong, we pass it on for bonus. Let's begin. We are starting with you, Opoku Ware School. At many outdoor gatherings in Ghana, canopies are provided to give shade from the sun. However, it's often observed that people seated under these canopies usually feel very hot when the sun is up. Explain why this happens. Yes, Aziz.
This is because when the sun is up, the canopy absorbs a little light rays. That's when the sun is directly above the canopies. It absorbs some light rays, and that heat, and that's emitted to heat the person downwards. And also, because the canopy is not completely white, that is, it's not a highly polished surface, it absorbs some of the light rays and emits it downwards and warms the person downwards.
1 out of 3. 1. Okay, what happens is that when the canopy material absorbs the electromagnetic radiation from the sun, okay, the radiation is usually re-radiated. It's not just a matter of transmission. It's re-radiated at lower frequencies. So when you have the high frequency radiation coming from blue light and so on coming, that's absorbed, and then it's re-radiated as more infrared towards the infrared, and the infrared radiation, you know, is sensed by human beings as heat. And that's why you get even hotter even though you are sitting in the canopy. All right, St. Louis. An ambitious idea is suggested to create an atmosphere on the moon by generating huge amounts of oxygen and nitrogen on the surface of the moon. Is this likely to succeed? Explain your answer. Yes, Priscilla.
The idea cannot succeed. This is because the force of gravity on the moon is very low. Therefore, even if the nitrogen and oxygen is generated around the moon, the force of gravity cannot hold it in place.
Anything else?
The force of gravity cannot pull it towards the surface of the...
Anything else? 2 out of 3. Yes, the gravitational force pulling the particles is not that strong on the moon. So that part is right. But there's even more to it. You see that the moon does not have an atmosphere. That means radiation can easily reach those particles, giving them even more energy to allow them to escape. All right, that's the second part of the answer. Okay, Opoku Ware School. A club has 10 members. In how many ways can they choose 3 executive officers, consisting of a president, secretary, and treasurer? Yes, Aziz.
720 ways.
That's true. 8 athletes are entered in a race in which a first, second, and third prize will be awarded. Assuming no ties, how many different outcomes are possible? Yes, Josephine.
48 outcomes.
No, try again. Yes, Priscilla.
326 outcomes.
One more chance. Yes, Matilda.
312.
No. For bonus, yes, Tabi.
336.
Yes, 336. Your own question. Name the reagent for the qualitative test for phenols and state the expected observation. Yes, Tabi.
Iron trichloride, and when it turns green, it means that phenol is present.
Yes, that's true. That's true. By the way, that's one of 2 tests. The other one you could do is to use bromine water, and then you will see that you have decolorization and white fumes in that case, but yours was fine. All right, St. Louis. 2-propanol is heated with iodine in the presence of aqueous NaOH. What is the expected observation? Yes, Priscilla.
There will be the smell of the, there will be the characteristic smell of iodoform.
Anything else?
There will
Yes,
also
Matilda.
be the formation of a yellow PPT, which is the iodoform, triiodo.
Okay, I'll give you the mark. Yes, it's yellow, but I was hoping you add crystalline, but it's all right. Yellow crystalline compound and the characteristic smell. Opoku Ware. Explain why patients suffering from diabetes insipidus excrete large volumes of urine. Yes, Aziz.
This is because when a person is suffering from diabetes insipidus, there's the release of antidiuretic hormone, that's the ADH, is not secreted. The ADH is not secreted. That means when water filters through the bowel capsule into the collecting that, it cannot be reabsorbed. So that excess water is secreted, that's urinated out.
Yes. Explain why patients who produce excess thyroxine often lose weight. Yes, Priscilla.
Because thyroxine is the hormone responsible for the metabolic activities of the body. Therefore, when there is excess thyroxine, there is an increase in the rate of metabolism of the cells of the body. This causes the burning of fats. Therefore, the person loses weight.
Yes. Opoku Ware School. Find the inverse of the matrix if possible. Your matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix with elements 2, 3, negative 2, 2. Yes, Apon.
The inverse is 1/5 minus 3/10, 1/5 and 1/5.
Okay. Find the inverse of the matrix if possible. Your matrix is also a 2 by 2 matrix with elements 3, 5, 3, 5. Yes, Matilda.
It has no inverse.
Yes, it's not possible. The determinant is 0, so you can't calculate for an inverse. All right. Next pair of questions, but we start with a preamble to both schools. Consider the following electrode potentials. Fe2 plus in equilibrium with Fe negative 0.44 volts. Cu2 plus in equilibrium with Cu positive 0.34 volts. Al3 plus in equilibrium with Al negative 1.66 volts. That is your preamble. Opoku Ware School. In an experiment, freshly polished iron nails are put in a beaker containing CuSO4 solution. What is the expected observation? Please explain your answer. Yes, Apon.
Okay, the iron will undergo oxidation to form Fe2 plus, which is green in color, and the combined EMF will be generated, and that will be 0.78 volts.
What else?
And also the
observation, 1 out of 3, 1. Yes, that reaction takes place, but what is more easily observed is that the freshly polished iron nails will begin to appear dull because some copper will be deposited on the iron. Okay? With the same preamble, in an experiment, freshly polished copper strips are dipped into a solution of aluminium 3 ions. What is the expected observation? Also explain your answer. Yes, Matilda.
There will be no reaction. This is because the Al3 plus in equilibrium with Al has a more negative electrode potential, and therefore it cannot be reduced by the copper. So the copper cannot be oxidized into the solution, and therefore there will be no reaction.
You are right. Opoku Ware School. One method of determining food chains or food webs is by collecting, killing, and dissecting animals to obtain samples of their stomach contents. Please give me 3 limitations of this method. Yes, Aziz.
It will result in the destruction. Thus, you have to kill the organism. It can result in killing the organism. And also, it does not give an accurate measurement because not all the parts of the organism may contain the food. Thus, part of it will be absorbed. And
I'll give you 1. I don't understand what you mean by part of it will be absorbed. Anyway, yes, organisms will have to be killed. That's what you got the 1 for. Then if you look at the stomach contents, what you might find is that there might be some digestion that has already taken place. Okay, so you might not be able to identify what is left accurately. The other thing is that all the organisms that the animal you kill has fed on may not be the complete picture of what happens because it may feed on different things at different times. So if you catch it and kill it at a certain time, you might not have a good idea of what it actually feeds on. St. Louis, radioactive isotopes of sulfur and phosphorus, S32 and P32, incorporated into inorganic fertilizers can be used to determine a food chain. Please give me 3 disadvantages of this method. Yes, Priscilla.
This method is not accurate since the plant might not absorb this particular nutrient. And also...
Yes, Matilda.
Also, since they are radioactive, it may have an effect on the plants who will feed on it.
What kind of effect?
It may cause cancer or some stomach disorders.
Anything else? 1 out of 3. The procedure is expensive. Radioactive isotopes are very expensive, so it will be an expensive procedure. The next thing is that radioactivity may pollute the environment. Okay, and finally, what you got the point for, it will increase the rate of mutation of organisms in the habitat.
Government, through an act of parliament, set up the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GET Fund, to provide funds to supplement the provision of education at all levels.
We have endeavored for the last 7 years to reach every corner of this country, and I can say without any fear of contradiction that there's not a corner in this country that we have not got at least 2-3 projects going.
All the 7 public universities, 10 polytechnics, the 24,387 primary schools, 7,423 junior high schools, 493 senior high schools, but 38 colleges of education have undergone a period of renaissance and rapid facelifting. Needless to say, the Ghana Education Trust Fund has paid its dues in that direction.
At the end of the second round, Opoku Ware School has 31 points, St. Louis Senior High School has 38 points. Round 3. This round is our problem of the day. So far, the questions you've seen have not required much time, 30 seconds of your time, sometimes even less. The problem of the day is more involved and will require more of your time and attention. So from the time I ask you to begin, you will have 3 minutes in which to present an answer. The problem of the day is worth 10 points. Let's turn over our sheets and read the problem of the day together. Problem of the day. A chemist needs 1 liter of 10% acid solution. If only 5% and 25% solutions are available, how much of these solutions must be mixed in order to obtain the desired solution? This is our problem of the day. Good luck. You may begin. Your time is up. May I have your solutions, please? Thank you. Thank you.
Government, through an act of parliament, set up the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GET Fund, to provide funds to supplement the provision of education at all levels.
We have endeavored for the last 7 years to reach every corner of this country, and I can say without any fear of contradiction that there's not a corner in this country that we have not got at least 2-3 projects going.
All the 7 public universities, 10 polytechnics, the 24,387 primary schools, 7,423 junior high schools, 493 senior high schools, but 38 colleges of education have undergone a period of renaissance and rapid facelifting. Needless to say, the Ghana Education Trust Fund has paid its dues in that direction.
Please send a representative from your school to present your solution on the whiteboards exactly as they appear here. Exactly. The contestants have presented their solutions. Before we award the marks, let's look at the ideal solution from our consultants. In spite of all the noise about chemists and chemicals and acid solutions, this is a problem in mathematics. Let X letters be the quantity for the 5% solution, and Y letters be the quantity for the 25% solution. If that's the case, then the final is going to be 1 letter. So X plus Y should be equal to 1. If you need the quantity of pure acid, we just use the percentages. So 5% X plus 25% Y should be equal to 1 times 0.10 or 10%. So 0.05x plus 0.25y should be equal to 0.10. Let's make all of this into nice whole numbers. 5x plus 25y is equal to 10. Now we also recognize from the very first equation, x plus y is equal to 1, that y is 1 minus x. So we'll substitute into this. 5x plus 25 multiplied by 1 minus x is equal to 10. So negative 20x plus 25 is equal to 10. 20x is equal to 15. And so x is 3/4 or 0.75. That means y, which is 1 minus x, is 1 minus 0.75, and that's 0.25. So let's summarize what we know so far. 0.75 liters of the 5% acid solution will be required. This is what we called X. And now for Y, we have 0.25 liters of the 25% acid solution. If you don't like liters and you want to talk in milliliters, no problem. 750 milliliters of the 5% acid solution and 250 milliliters of the 25% acid solution. That's the ideal solution to the problem of the day. Now our contestants. Opoku Ware School, you started solving this, but you did not define your parameters. We have an x there. We are not sure what that x is. There's a lot of confusion. You solve for x, you have 0.25 decimeter cubed, then you conclude. Hence, the chemist needs 250 centimeter cubed of the 5% solution and 1,000 minus 250, that's 750 centimeter cubed of the 25% solution to make what is needed. And then you contradict yourself right away after that by turning them around. The whole thing is confused. Your X is not known which solution you are talking about. This presents a serious problem. We'll give you 3 out of 10 for the process of solving that thing. 3 out of 10. St. Louis, no trouble with this one. You get a perfect score. That's the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 3. Fourth round. Most questions in this round involve calculations, so when you get your question, you have 30 seconds in which to present an answer. If there are no calculations involved, you have 15 seconds in which to do so. A correctly answered question fetches 3 points. We'll begin and we'll do a little bit of that alternation thing this time. We'll start with the alternation, but we'll start with you, St. Louis, so you'll be the first to answer before we go on, all right? Your preamble before we start alternating. State whether each of the following is an organ, tissue, or neither. St. Louis. Flower. Yes, Priscilla?
Organ.
It's an organ. Opoku, Ware, blood. Yes, Apong?
Tissue.
It's a tissue. Lenticel. Priscilla?
Tissue.
No, that's incorrect. Bonus. Neither. Humerus. Yes, Apong?
Tissue.
Yes, it's a tissue. Okay, next pair of questions. A pipe can fill a tank in 8 hours, and a second pipe can fill the same tank in 6 hours. If both pipes are used, how long will it take to fill the tank? Yes, Priscilla?
4 hours.
Try again. Yes, Josephine?
24/7 hours.
That's correct. Opoku, Ware. A man and his wife can weed a farm in 4 hours. Working alone, the man takes 6 hours to weed the farm. How long will his wife take to weed the farm working alone? Yes, Sapon.
12 hours.
12 hours is right. Preamble to both schools. An alpha particle enters a magnetic field of strength 10 kilotesla at right angles to the direction of the field. The particle was moving at a velocity of 3 × 10⁶ meters per second just before entering the field. You may assume that the mass of a proton is equal to the mass of a neutron, and that mass is 1.6 × 10⁻⁻27 kilogram. Electronic charge, as always, is 1.6 × 10⁻⁻19 coulomb. All right, did you get that preamble? Yes. Okay. Your question. What will be the centripetal acceleration experienced by the particle as a result of the magnetic field? Yes, Josephine?
3 × 10⁻20 18.
No, try again, Matilda.
9 × 10⁻14.
No, one more chance. Yes, Priscilla.
3 × 10⁶.
No, for a bonus. Yes, Sapon.
3 × 10⁻18 meter per second square.
No, no, no. Did you forget this is an alpha particle? Anyway, the answer is 1.5 × 10⁻18 meters per second squared. Your own question. What will be the radius of the circular path through which the particle will travel? Yes, Aziz?
It will be root of 1.5 × 10⁵ meters.
No, for a bonus. The answer is 2 × 10⁻⁻12 meters. Okay, next pair of questions. In the commercial production of iron from its ore, hematite, Fe2O3, the ore is reduced by carbon 2 oxide to iron with formation of carbon 4 oxide. If the enthalpies of formation of Fe2O3, CO, and CO2 are negative 1,120, negative 110, and negative 400 kilojoule per mole respectively, please calculate the enthalpy change of reaction. Yes, Priscilla.
1,770.
Try again. Yes, Josephine.
Negative 390.
No, one more chance. For a bonus. Yes, Tabi.
Negative 80 kilojoule per mole.
No, the right answer is positive 250 kilojoule per mole. Your own question. In the blast furnace, for the extraction of iron from its ores, oxygen reacts with coke to give CO2, which in turn reacts with more coke to give CO. Determine how much heat is generated in these steps. If the enthalpies of formation of CO and CO2 are negative 110 and 450 kilojoule per mole, respectively. In other words, calculate for the overall enthalpy change. Yes, Apon.
Negative 560 kilojoules per
No,
mole.
try again. Yes, Aziz.
Positive 1,010 kilojoules per mole.
Tabi.
Negative 220 kilojoule per mole.
Yes. All right. Find dy dx if x squared minus 2xy plus 3y squared is equal to 10. Yes, Josephine.
dy dx is minus x plus y over minus x minus 3y.
No, try again. Yes, Priscilla.
dy dx is y minus x over 3y minus x.
No. For a bonus. Yes, Aziz.
dy dx equal to 2x minus 3y all over 3x minus 6y.
No, no, no. The right answer is x minus y all over x minus 3y. Some of those negatives. All right, Opoku Ware. Find dy dx if 2x squared plus xy minus y squared is equal to 5. Yes, Tabi.
dy dx equals minus y minus 4x all over x minus 2y.
dy dx equal to 4x plus y all over 2y minus 1.
2y minus x.
Say it again.
4x plus y all over 2y minus x.
Yes.
Equals
Send it. The equation of the transverse wave is given by y is equal to 12 cosine of 20t, where y is measured in centimeters. What is the amplitude of the wave when t is equal to 0 seconds? Yes, Josephine.
12 centimeters.
12 centimeters. Opoku Ware. The equation of a transverse wave is given by y is equal to 15 sine of 30t. What is the frequency of the wave? You may leave your answer in terms of pi. Yes, Tabi.
15 over pi hertz.
That's correct. Last pair of questions. 3.6 times 10 to the power 4 moles of chlorine gas is dissolved in the water of a swimming pool, measuring 50 meters by 30 meters by 12 meters. Assuming that the pool is filled to the brim, calculate the concentration of chlorine in mole per decimeter cubed. Yes. Josephine.
2 times 10 to the power negative 3 mole per dm cube.
Yes. The length and breadth of a swimming pool filled to the brim with water are 40 meters and 20 meters respectively. Calculate the depth of the pool if the water of the pool analyzed for 0.0007 mole per decimeter cubed of chlorine when 5.6 times 10 to the power 3 moles of chlorine are dissolved in the water. Yes, Sapon.
10 to the power 4 meters.
Try again. Yes, Tabi.
100 meters.
One more chance. Yes, Tabi.
10 meters.
Yes, it's 10 meters. That's the end of round 4.
Government, through an act of parliament, set up the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GET Fund, to provide funds to supplement the provision of education at all levels.
We have endeavored for the last 7 years to reach every corner of this country, and I can say without any fear of contradiction that there's not a corner in this country that we have not got at least 2-3 projects going.
All the 7 public universities, 10 polytechnics, the 24,387 primary schools, 7,423 junior high schools, 493 senior high schools, but 38 colleges of education have undergone a period of renaissance and rapid facelifting. Needless to say, the Ghana Education Trust Fund has paid its dues in that direction.
At the end of the 4th round, the scores are Opoku Ware School 56 points, St. Louis Senior High 60 points. This is a very close contest which will be decided in this final round, round 5. The round comes to you in 2 parts. For the first part, I'm going to be giving your school statement. When you get your statement, please consider it and tell me whether the statement is true or false. If you answer correctly, you get 2 points. If your answer is incorrect, it's very costly. It will cost you a precious point. You may choose not to answer, in which case the statement is passed on to your opponent for the possibility of getting the full 2 points. Good luck. Let's begin with Opoku Ware School. Your statement. The prong of a honeybee is located on the middle leg. Sapon.
True.
Yes, it's true. B minus, C, and N plus, these are elements, are all isoelectronic. Yes, Priscilla?
True.
Yes, it's true. A solid, when heated to a high temperature, will emit a continuous spectrum of radiation. Sapon?
True.
Yes, it's true. Sine of 5 pi over 2 is equal to sine of pi over 2. Yes, Josephine?
It's false.
No, Josephine. That's because these angles differ by 2 pi, so you know it's a periodic function in 2 pi. All right. The intersection of a set and its complement is the empty set. Sapon?
True.
Yes, it's true. The comb of a honeybee is located on the hind leg. Yes, Priscilla?
It's false.
It's false. It's located on the foreleg. The statement that both the first ionization energy and electron affinity generally increase from left to right in a period is true. Yes, Apon?
True.
Yes, it's true. According to the Bohr model of the hydrogen atom, the energy levels are evenly spaced. Priscilla?
It's false.
It's false. They are not evenly spaced. In fact, the spacing is according to 1 over n squared, where n is the principal quantum number. An atom in the ground state cannot emit radiation. Yes, Apon?
True.
Yes, it's true. If A is an obtuse angle, then the cosine of A is positive. Matilda?
It's false.
It's false. During expiration of air, the ribs move inwards and downwards. Yes, Apon?
True.
Yes, it's true. Aluminium saucepans are energy savers because the density of aluminium is low. Yes, Priscilla?
False.
It's false. Yes, they save energy only because aluminium conducts heat easily, not because of its density. All right. Aluminium is resistant to air oxidation because of low oxidation electrode potential. Yes, Apon?
False.
Yes, it's false. That's because a thin film of alumina forms on the surface, making it impenetrable. All right. Newton's second law can be reduced to F is equal to ma only if the mass of the particle is constant. Of course, all symbols have their usual meaning. Yes, Matilda?
It's false.
Oh, no, Matilda. Final pair of statements. A quadratic equation has distinct real roots if the discriminant is negative. Yes, Apon?
False.
It's false. It has to be a positive discriminant for that. Your last statement. Most of the absorption of glucose from the renal filtrate occurs in the first or proximal convoluted tubule. Yes, Priscilla?
True.
Yes, it's true. All right. We are done with the first part of round 5. We are moving on to the second. For this part of the round, I'm going to ask you to solve some riddles. I'll provide you with some clues. Your job is to try and solve the riddle. If you're able to solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. If you solve it on the second clue, 4 points. If you solve it on the third or any clue after that, 3 points. In order to solve a riddle, you have to alert me. You do so by ringing your bell. Let me hear your bell, please. St. Louis. Thank you. And yours, Opoku, Ware. Thank you. When you ring the bell, it means you have a response. I shall not wait for one from you. Let's begin with the first riddle. I am simply a length. For a circle, I am a circumference. My name suggests I am some kind of a measuring device. Opoku, Ware.
Perimeter.
Perimeter is right. They solved it on the third clue, 3 points. Next riddle. I am a unit, an SI unit if the truth be told. I am a derived unit and I am named after a great scientist. I am used at almost all levels of physics from the subnuclear domain to astronomy. I am widely used not only because I'm associated with one of the fundamental principles of physics, but because I'm associated with forces as well. I am a unit for energy. Who am I? Yes, go ahead. Joule. Next riddle. I am a poisonous liquid with a pleasant aroma. Go ahead.
Benzene.
Benzene is right. They solved it on the first clue, 5 points. 5. Amazing indeed. Was it a lucky guess? Final riddle. I am a structure found only in insects. I am a flat plate of cuticle. I am hinged to the head. I form part of the mouthparts of many insects and am used for feeding. I am often regarded as the upper lip. Who am I? Go ahead.
The labrum.
Yes, the labrum.
government, through an act of parliament, set up the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GET Fund, to provide funds to supplement the provision of education at all levels.
We have endeavored for the last 7 years to reach every corner of this country, and I can say without any fear of contradiction that there's not a corner in this country that we have not got at least 2-3 projects going.
All the 7 public universities, 10 polytechnics, the 24,387 primary schools, 7,423 junior high schools, 493 senior high schools, but 38 colleges of education have undergone a period of renaissance and rapid facelifting. Needless to say, the Ghana Education Trust Fund has paid its dues in that direction.
At the end of the contest, the amazing score is Opoku Ware School 78 points, St. Louis Senior High School 78 points. Well done, contestants. Well done, well done, well done. But we must have a winner. I hate to do this, but we will have to go for a tie break. The tie break will be in the form of a riddle. The rules are the same. I will provide the clues. You try to solve the riddle. The first person to solve the riddle is our winner. Okay? In order to solve the riddle, you have to alert me. Let's hear your bells once again, just to be sure. St. Louis, your bell. Thank you. Opoku Ware. Thank you. Your clues. I am a synthetic or naturally occurring polymer. My synthetic forms are used in making plastics. My natural forms are associated with trees and shrubs. Yes. No. I am especially abundant in conifers. I am an insoluble solid and yellow in color. I give strength and durability to cells in the plant stems. I am a waste product and form part of the non-living inclusions of a plant cell. So who am I? Go ahead.
Resin.
Resin is right. St. Louis Senior High, you did very well. You did very well. And I am proud of you. I wish I could keep you in the next stage of competition. Unfortunately, I can't. And so we say goodbye to you. Well done. Opoku Ware School. Congratulations on winning this one. I hope you don't do this to us again. It's too heart-rending to send someone away on a riddle. Congratulations all the same. See you in the next stage of competition. Viewers, thank you for joining us. This was a very exciting contest indeed. Very, very exciting. But we are not yet done. We have one more contest in the 1A stage of competition. So please join us next time when we bring you St. Francis Xavier Junior Seminary and Prempeh College. Thank you for joining us today and see you next time.